So I thought I was done for the day. I thought I was done filming for the day. I was gonna relax, and then this video popped up on my timeline, and I was like, I gotta watch it. I saw previews for it, and I am just excited to watch this video. So it is Jubilee's newest video, a bunch of Black conservatives going up against a very well-known loudmouth Black liberal woman named Amanda Seales, who is a comedian. She ain't funny, an actress, and she is one of those pro-Black, I can't stand white people are the devil type of people. And she's going up against Black conservatives, which is like the kryptonite to Black liberals, because you can't scream racism at another Black person that's telling you you're dead wrong, and they actually are conservative. So I can't wait to watch this. Now, because of copyright, I'm not going to be able to show the actual video because I don't want to deal with Jubilee's nonsense, and they are known for copywriting if you show just a glimpse of one of their videos. So I'm going to have to be clever with how I edit this video. Most of it is going to just be audio that you guys are going to hear, but I will have a link in my description where you guys can watch the full video unedited on your own. This video is solely for reaction and commentary purposes. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, let's get into this. And really quickly, this video is an hour and 30 minutes long. I'm not going to watch everything. I'm only going to go through maybe about 2 prompts that they're going to discuss in this video. So again, if you want to watch the full video unedited, description. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Greetings. I am Amanda Seales, widely known as
an idiot,
a comedian, an actress, a disruptor, an annoying person on the internet who always tells the truth. And
annoying.
I'm now an artistic
Truth?
intellectual
No.
who commits myself to making art that educates. And today, I am surrounded by 20 Black conservatives. My first claim is it is undeniable that reparations are just and necessary.
Here we go.
All right, reparations, fair, necessary. My question would be, who's going to get it? Anything needs to be done is done. With us, it's a carrot they dangle in front of us that they don't really want to do. And it's not going to help. We need education. Oh, it's not going to help? No, it's not. We need education.
See her face?
From the government is not going to do that. And we need proper education. A lot of us go to these institutions.
By the way, she's rich.
We're not really prepared.
Keep that in mind.
Focused, and we don't get things that help us in the real world. So if you want to help Black people, a check from the government, from our tax dollars is going to get raised, because let's be clear, everybody in here is Black. We all American. We all got to pay taxes.
Yep.
It'll go to that. So I don't really see how this is going to help us at all.
Okay. Well, first I'll start with it will help on even just a moral level. The reality is that the United States has become very comfortable with the fact that it does not consider Black people equal, and it shows that in many ways.
Oh my God.
That I'm sure we will discuss over the course of today. But
girl, you're rich.
There has not been a committed,
we're not equal
to shifting the mindset.
You make more than me.
The use of Black people as a labor force in this nation, back when it was slavery, now in the use of slavery as slave labor in prisons. So on a basic cultural level, reparations are an act of repair. They are an effort to say, our bad, we see you now.
It's been 100+ years.
Japanese folks who were put in internment camps. We have seen that done with Jewish folks. We have seen that done even in the case of slave owners who received reparations. When it comes to the use of tax dollars to pay reparations, and this is going to come up a lot today, it's a matter of values, right? For me, my value system circulates around the fact that I think that as a community, we should all be engaged in repair for our community.
Then pay it.
So I don't think there
You're
should be
rich.
any problem with there being tax dollars spent at repairing consistent efforts that have been made to impede Black people. So the reparations you're talking about are not just related to slavery. There's reparations that have been discussed all over this nation in different communities as it relates to particular massacres, as it relates to redlining and the impediment of Black people to earn wealth by having property. There's been impediments in various ways that can be repaired. And I want to also just add, there's reparations that are considered a cash payment from a government. There's also the version of reparations that shows up in how funds are applicated to specific groups of people. So
but that's already being done.
In which what you're
HBCUs
could very well happen.
Okay, now as far as the money going to
welfare system,
things is going to help us. Let's look at Baltimore public schools. They get, I think, the third most money per pupil in the U.S. of A, like $15,000 per student. But yet, the majority of the population that comes from that environment can't read; they're illiterate. So We're dumping money on the situation, yes, but yet we're not getting the results we should get from it.
She's sitting there like,
Money's not going to help.
I'm confused.
The thing. We need to just focus on what we need to focus on. As far as black people being labor force of this country, what else are we doing? We got 25% of us on some kind of government assistance. 1 out of every 3 black men will go to jail. We got to do something. We got to work with our hands, work with tools, do something, because we're not doing much of anything. And also, one more piece here. Reparations, again, always anchored in front of us, never going to happen. As long as you've been living, as long as I've been living, as long as everybody been living, they say we need it, and it never gets done. One more piece.
You just said one more piece, then you added another one.
I promise.
So hold on to it. No,
Well, she
hold on
mad.
to it.
She's mad.
I'm a land the plane, I promise. Reparations is a thing, like I said, it's a carrot that dangle in front of us. They're never really going to get it done. And if it was going to get done, it would have already been done. It's just something that they're using to try and make us stay Democrat. That's what I wanted to say.
Well, Democrats are not doing reparations either. This is not partisan. This is black partisan, baby. Okay.
Go, please. You vote blue. You vote blue.
We vote for 100% of the time.
Hello.
There's no incentive.
To be quite honest, you're not talking to a Democrat. You're talking to a radical.
Okay, but
let's land this plane very quickly. Wait, sir.
Vote for?
Let's land this plane quickly. You're talking to a radical, not a Democrat.
Okay, and you are your own person.
Let me tell you something now. I don't know what they told you.
Democrat.
If they told you that cutting me off is how I'm going to get clicks. Stop it now.
Oh no.
That's not how we're going to. That's not how we're going to.
Oh, here we go.
Debate does not require continuously cutting somebody off.
Okay, no problem.
Now, I do want to state this. You're stating things as it relates to how money is not fixing a problem without acknowledging the fact that the problem doesn't exist in a vacuum and that there are so many other factors that are determining how that money is getting spent to impede it from actually fixing a problem. You can put all the money into Baltimore public schools you want, but if you are also putting all this money into policing, into communities that are not getting resources, then you are also
it's the police. Policing is a problem. It's the
other
cops.
part of this is that when you're saying they, the they is a broad context.
All right, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You've been voted out by the majority.
All right.
Please return to your seat.
Okay. My name is Matt Nuclear.
Hello, Matt. Matt Nuclear?
Matt Nuclear, yes.
Matt Nuclear, give me a better handshake on that. Let's do it.
I
All right.
appreciate having this conversation with a beautiful black woman like yourself. This is nice, beautiful arena here. I disagree that the reparations are necessary. I think the most important thing that's necessary right now for the black community would be the stopping of violence, especially black on black violence. I don't see how reparations is going to solve anything. You can give everyone here like a $50,000 check, especially people that are in the streets who are committing violent crimes consistently. A $50,000 check, it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to increase the median household income in the next 10 years by 10% or 20%. For example, we have the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. We prevented Chinese people from getting citizenship and even entering the country. We discriminated against them and basically put them under apartheid, even here in the United States. Yet they have the highest median household income. How is that possible? How come they don't complain?
Because they're not victims.
Consistently to beg for reparations and beg for this when they are killing each other 90% of the time, which is the rate that black people kill each other according to the FBI.
Oh, young Matt.
Yet white people are the oppressors.
I'm not sure where your education came from, but they lied to you.
Stats don't lie, though.
Statistics lie all the time. So let's start there, particularly when the statistics are coming from the sources that gain from the statistics being shown a different way. So if you're going
like Hamas, when they give us their numbers,
you've already lost the argument. They lie all the time.
And she's pro-Palestine.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe this?
I'm telling the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist?
She's shocked.
I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington, for example, has been trying to segregate dormitories, using black-only dormitories because black people feel safer amongst each other. But they're more likely to kill each other than white people are ever to kill them.
Her mind is spinning. Her mind can't take this.
You have King Von rapping about killing other black men. Why should I think that the white man is the oppressor when black men are more likely to kill me?
Oh my God, this is scary. You need to think about me.
Truth is scary.
Do not talk to me in that fashion. So let's check that now. Okay. So on a basic level, we have to understand that systemic racism is grounded in the realities that black people have not been considered an equal human being in this country since its onset. So there's simply no way to make the argument that there isn't, or in an organically racist way. Do not cut me off. When we talk about systemic racism, we can start with even the fact that
Testy, aren't we?
Which was implemented to discriminate black communities. Are you shaking your head that redlining doesn't exist?
No, I'm saying I don't think it really existed at all. I mean, no, I don't think so at all.
So it does exist. And stating that it doesn't exist doesn't make it no longer exist. We have to acknowledge that these private prisons are literally built based on the test scores of school students in 3rd grade. So if you are literally building prisons with the onset of, okay, if these people are not reaching a certain reading level, then we know that they're going to go down a prison industrial pipeline where we can use their free
Right
labor,
there.
then how is
Debunked.
that not systemic? And if you want to
Stop them from entering prisons.
how are you going to stop people from entering
From
prisons if your goal is to get them into prison?
Sure, make them try to be more like Ben Carson than be like King Von. That's very, very simple.
So
Ben
how does
Carson,
King Von
Ben
happen?
Carson,
How
Ben
does
Carson.
King Von happen?
King Von.
Reparation.
Hold on,
Actually, no. Let me land the plane. We're talking about reparations.
Oh, so he can't
What
finish?
we're doing is actually just trying to get this conversation.
Apparently
off
not.
the facts. And the fact is, reparations are just and necessary because on a basic level, Black people built this country, and the country continues to thrive off of the labor that Black people put into this country.
It wasn't only
And it
Black
behooves
people.
you,
Cut the
young
crap.
man, to really understand the way that your ancestors put
It was
blood,
everyone.
sweat, and tears into this nation that is still living off of those blood, sweat, and tears. And let me also add, there are reparations and then there is remunerations. Do you know the difference?
Yes, but can I finish one
No,
point that I wanted
answer
to
the
say?
question.
Ben Carson's cousins were killed at a very young.
I'm so sorry. You've been voted out by the majority.
Okay.
Please return to your seat.
She's
I hope
feisty.
some of y'all are acting. I really do. We in LA. We in LA. And
Why be condescending? Because they don't agree with you? Oh, you must be acting. You can't be serious.
Oh, what's that on your chain?
This is corn from Israel.
Lord have mercy.
Yes, you got to go.
That's a choice that you are making for yourself.
Yes. The thing with the whole reparations thing, and I don't know, we're probably close to the same age, so maybe you can't call me.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
I'm 44.
Oh, really? Oh, you look young.
Thank you. That's what water and keeping stress out of your life will do.
Really? Liberal
Really?
positions are real stressful.
By the way, I wouldn't know. I'm not a liberal. Carry on.
Well, it's the liberal position because conservatives believe in hard work. We believe in going to work and working for what you got,
Yep.
not asking for handouts
Boom.
from people who never had slaves.
Give me.
Some of the people that you're asking for money from never had slaves. And let's talk about the fact there were also Black people that had slaves.
That part.
So if you want to talk about that, how is that fair? If I'm a white person and my family fall on the side of the Union,
3,000 Black people
slaves
owned
when
slaves.
this whole country was never all racist? Some of the founding fathers were abolitionists, and they hated slavery, and they actually put things in the Declaration of Independence and things too because they believed that there'll be a future where there would be a Black president one day, or that there would be people in leadership that were Black. There was people in the North who helped with the Underground Railroad and fought with the Union. So why is that fair for people who never had slaves, who fought against slavery, to have to pay for people
because they're white
that had slaves?
One, from my understanding, you are more interested in preserving the fairness of those who didn't have slaves than the fairness of those who are the descendants of slaves. That is priority.
No, it's not. That's not what he said.
Fair way to accommodate those who have been the descendant of slaves.
Lies.
Our ancestors wasn't asking for handouts. They were asking for equal opportunity, and we have equal opportunity in this country. We had a Black president, just in case you didn't know. We had a Black president, and we had a Black vice president. I mean, I think she was Black. They said she was Black. I don't know. So we had a Black president, and you know who voted for that Black man? White people.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't win a popular election in this country without white people. So Barack Obama is the product of white people. So let's get off this thing where, America is so racist. What's making America so racist is people that
like her
continue to talk about racism and continue to focus on racism instead of focusing on
Let her know.
bringing our country forward. People that have this liberal mindset are infecting our communities, Black people, and making us victims and not victors. I refuse to embrace a victim mentality because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal
not bring up
opportunity.
Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby. Please.
Let's say the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah. You know who helped her? White people.
You know who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
That's not convenient for her.
You know who helped her?
Come on in.
No, you know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit from white supremacy. One of the things
It's a
that
lie.
one of the no,
Oh
sir,
my
that's so
God.
not true.
People who helped her were the racists. They're the problem. They helped her.
The continued effort of colonialism and white people placing themselves in positions of power when they do not have the power.
Because their culture, black culture, is toxic.
Boom.
The black culture is toxic. We have produced a culture that is toxic. And let's get on the fact that there's no fathers
So
in
white
the black
culture.
home. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
None of this is
Too much
work
truth.
if
Stop.
y'all are just gonna sit here and make up shit. It's not gonna work. No, it's a debate. You have to be in facts.
You're
are
putting off
literally
emotional
not.
Yep.
liberalism
I am
right
not
now.
putting off emotions.
All emotions.
You're putting off
All emotions.
unfounded
Typical
lies
liberal.
based in conservatism.
Remember they
It
did
is
the misinformation thing all summer where everything
Look at this
conservative
man.
did. They said
You're carrying a chain around your neck of an apartheid.
Girl, you got the
nation
chain.
that
You
actively
got the
wants to
chain, not
harm
him.
black
He's
people
free.
and
What about the
non-Jewish
apartheid?
people. But let me bring it back. Let me bring it back.
Selling black people
Let me
in
bring it.
Africa
That was not happening in the context that you're saying.
and they were selling.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I don't know if I'm gonna last.
We're selling our own people.
I don't know if I'm gonna last.
Yeah, you're not.
Your ignorance is so
That's
overwhelming.
liberals. Y'all start name calling when y'all get
It's
defeated
not
in the
name
argument.
calling.
Exactly.
You won't have an argument because you keep cutting me off.
Well, that's fine. If they don't let me come
You
back
won't
up,
even.
I made my point.
You didn't make your
I made my point.
You haven't
And
made
I'm
your
okay
point.
with being
And let me just tell you about your point. You started off saying we believe in hard work, and we believe in being competent.
She's exhausting.
Reparation is not hard work. It's stealing. It's Robin Hood.
You said you believe in hard work, and you believe in being compensated for hard work. Were slaves compensated for their work?
They weren't compensated for their work. But why should people who are sitting at home playing video games, smoking marijuana,
are you sitting at home playing a video game? Are you sitting at home playing a video game?
And twerking.
Am I sitting at home playing a video game? No. And I don't know who these people are that you're talking about, because the majority of the black community is not sitting at home playing video games. Where are you getting that statistic? Where are you getting that statistic?
Pause. You've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
I knew I was going to be surrounded by ignorance, but damn. Let's go.
Name calling. Here we go. That's her go-to. Okay, so most likely I'm going to have to do a part 2 to this video series because there's just no way I'm going to be able to give you guys my full opinion and reaction to this very long video without it being like 3 hours long, which I know you guys do not want to watch a 3-hour long video. So I'm going to just give you guys my quick analysis of what we just saw from this first prompt. This girl's cray-cray. She's absolutely insane. First of all, she's incredibly condescending. She's rude. She's aggressive. She's angry for no damn reason. It's a debate, right? So in a debate, it's going to be lively. You're going to have people that are going to cut you off. They're going to just say what they want to say. It's back and forth. It's like playing tennis. Apparently, her overly emotional self can't handle that, right? Because how dare you interrupt me? She sounds like Blossom. Don't interrupt a black trans woman. It's a debate. Relax. That's number one. Number two, you can't sit here and call people ignorant and pretty much dummies and make fun of them in their face and then talk about respect when you're not giving the same respect that you're asking of them to give to you. And by the way, every conservative that's spoken so far has been very respectful to her, while she's rolled her eyes, laughed, and pretty much made fun of them in their face. But then again, that is the typical liberal, radical, whatever the hell she wants to call herself, response. When they can't get their way, when their point is not being landed, they go to attacks, of course. And then she talks about, you know, we're owed this, we're owed that. They put us in chains. They brought us here. They brought us here. Girl, you weren't alive last time I checked, okay? None of us were alive. The people who were directly affected by slavery are no longer living, and that is a point. You cannot make payments to a people who no longer are alive. Doesn't work that way. Just doesn't. And who is going to get the payments of the reparation? Who? Which black people? Black people who were descendants of free black people who enslaved other black people? Those people? And what about if your ancestors were actual slaves that came from the slave ships, but someone in their family turned them in? Because as we know, and as we heard earlier in the video, even though she tried to deny it, the only reason why the transatlantic slave trade was successful was because of the African slave traders who were selling their own people to the Europeans. There would have been no slave trade without the big, massive help from the African slave tribes who were already enslaving their own people, which is why they already had the goods. And that's just a fact. And when that fact was brought to her, what did she say? That's just not true. That's just not true. It is true. actually. It doesn't fit your narrative, but it's true. And what about the white people, the massive amount of white people in the country who never owned slaves? Did you know that majority of white people living in the 19th century were poor, were lower middle class, could not afford a plantation, much less one slave? So those people and the white people who are descendants of those people should pay reparations for a crime that they did not commit, nor did their ancestors when they lived at the time of slavery. That makes sense? It doesn't make sense. Now, I agree, reparations should have been given to African slaves after they were freed. 1,000%. And our government royally effed up by not paying people who were enslaved for decades upon decades, not giving them money, not giving them land, not giving them a chance at success. I 100% agree with that sentiment. The problem is, it's been 100+ years since, and Black people have come a long way in this country since. You cannot sit here and have the same narrative that every Black person is oppressed, every Black person is pretty much a slave in this country, and there's no equality. You just can't say that, especially her, a very wealthy, successful Black woman. Okay, she's in a tax bracket that none of us are in right now. That's success. So you can't sit here and tell me that Black people have not been successful, have not overcome the past, because they have. And what these conservatives are saying is, listen, we're not victims. We don't want to live in victimhood mentality. We're not interested in that type of mentality. We want better for our community, for our culture, for our people. And giving out blank checks is not going to be the answer to that. It's just not. But Miss Emotional over here can't handle that type of conversation. So what does she do? She attacks, she screams, she yells, she demands respect without giving any herself, and makes a fool of herself, which is the typical race hustler response. My takeaway is Amanda Seales is just proving herself to be everything that I thought that she was, which is a very overly emotional, unsteady person who does not have the intellectual maturity to debate with people who think differently than her. Yet at the same time, she says, I'm not a liberal. Don't call me that. While acting like a liberal the entire debate. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this video. What is your takeaway from this discussion and your perspective? I would love to know in the comments down below. If you enjoy my content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit my notification bell so you know when I post a brand new video. Until next time.